Welcome to Comically Comics, your one-stop listen to all things comics. We're talking books, movies, TV shows, video games, and more. I must forewarn you, though, we are a spoiler cast, and what that means is we consider all properties, past, future, and present, to be valid, and we will spoil the hell out of them. I'm your host, Michael, along with my two co-hosts, Richard and Jeremy, and with all that being said, let's get started. All right, it is Friday this time around, April 11th. Can't believe I got that right, because it's late for me as an old man.
This is Comically Comics After Dark.
Ooh.
Jeremy, why are you naked?
Well, that's how I sleep. So, you know.
It does get hot.
It's part of the OnlyFans. Comically Comics OnlyFans.
Oh, God, no.
Daredevil, episode 8, Isle of Joy. Speaking of, OnlyFans. We've got all kinds of things going on in this episode here. We've got catching up on Bullseye, what he's been doing while he's been incarcerated. We've got Matt and his gal friend getting invited to a ball. Kingpin throwing out some warning shots towards Matt. It's a whole thing, whole lot of things. So, Jeremy, what's your whelming on this?
I will say I'm pleasantly whelmed. It was just one of those that, to me, it felt like a long time to get from point A to point B with a whole lot of stuff that didn't necessarily need to be told the whole way. But I don't know, or at least it just felt like it was taking a long route to get there. So it wasn't necessarily my favorite episode, but I still enjoy the show. So yeah, I'm pleasantly whelmed.
Nice. Richard, what is your whelming?
I think I'm overly whelmed again because I really love all the shit with Bullseye in this episode, because one of my complaints with season 3 was we didn't get enough of Bullseye doing Bullseye things, like killing people with like random shit. And I like seeing that. That's like his one gimmick, and we didn't get enough of it in season 3 of Daredevil. So yeah, it wasn't a lot in this, but the more I see, the more I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I like that we're getting that.
Yeah. I am pleasantly whelmed as well, and I'll actually go the opposite end of what Jeremy was saying, in that I felt like we've got one episode left after this.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that I feel like that this TV show has done is a lot of clarifying and cleaning up from the previous episode. So I don't feel like we have a lot of loose ends. I feel like, we're consistently getting answers to questions that we have after that episode's over with, a week later. So, we were totally questioning, was it a setup? Is Vanessa and Luca working together? Is it Kingpin versus Vanessa? Things like that. And we got answers to that. And, the situation with Heather, Daredevil's girlfriend, and being the counselor for the Fisks, that's kind of coming to a head as well. We've caught up with Bullseye. It was just a lot of catching up, I feel like, right before, a season finale.
Yeah.
So I felt like that's kind of what we like. Can it be boring? Yes. But at the same time, I feel like it's what we needed for this episode, so we could actually have a really bang out episode for the season finale. So yeah, just pleasantly well.
Cool.
But one of the things that I do really enjoy and really like is that we're getting the Vanessa and Fisk as a power couple. And I feel like oftentimes, more times than not, you're going to have the husband and the wife fighting. There's going to be some kind of infidelity. There's going to be some kind of something. And there was that to a certain extent in this. However, they came together though, and it looks like they're going to be a power couple. And I love seeing that more than I do two couples fighting. I just feel like that's just something that we've seen too much. So for me, it's kudos to them for doing something a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Part of me wondered though if they actually are settled on their issues though. If Vanessa is still playing the game a little bit.
I mean, Vanessa fucked Adam up pretty good.
I understand that, but
let's not shine over that. She didn't she fucking murdered him.
Yeah. So I don't know. There's still part of me wonders if Vanessa we'll have other things happening still, like going on.
Is it something in this episode that makes you feel that way though, or is it just you're waiting for that like heel turn or whatever?
I mean, just kind of the way she didn't. I don't know. I didn't watch like all the other seasons, but she, just in her mannerisms and stuff, like it still didn't seem like she was fully settled in. Like there's still some kind of doubt, or I don't know kind of how else to call it there, but
Yeah.
I still think that there's still something behind the curtains, I guess.
What about you, Richard?
Yeah, to be honest with you, this episode, which it is, this episode and the next episode are completely new, rewritten, new shot, new. I have all that when I eventually talk about it, but this felt very disjointed for the rest of the season, in my opinion, and it felt like maybe they were going to because it felt very much like they were pitting Vanessa and Fisk against one another. Yeah. And then all of a sudden it was just like, nope, actually we're working together and we're totally cool with each other now. And it just felt kind of weird. Like I've been saying, season 3 hit on Vanessa hiring Bullseye to kill an FBI agent that was, I forget what it was. I got to rewatch those seasons because I don't remember them very well, but she had him kill this was before he became quote unquote Bullseye. He was just an FBI agent. And anyway, she had him kill them that were like investigating something with Fisk. And Fisk was like very pissed off at Vanessa for doing that. So now that we've learned that Vanessa killed Foggy, again, using Bullseye, I'm wondering, is he going to have like a different reaction when this kind of gets out, if it even gets out? I don't know, to be honest with you. I think they're more now leaning to them being the power couple.
Yeah.
Especially this episode where they do like they're almost like their first dance from their wedding in season 3. Like it's very almost the exact same scene. I love the imagery with him wearing the all white. Cause like my note was when he came out was like, all white? Really? Like he's too pale for all white.
That's what I was thinking.
Like I know Kingpin has the iconic like white coat, like he usually wears that white tuxedo, but he usually has like black pants or a black vest or a purple vest or whatever. What was that thing called? A cummerbund, a Benedict cummerbund.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it just looked weird. But then I love her in red because I don't know. I was reading into like with the whole Foggy thing is like the blood is on her hands. So that's why she's in all red. Cause it was supposed to be a black and white ball and she's the only one wearing red kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then of course, when the moment that happens at the very end and Kingpin gets splashed with blood, I was like, oh, that's why they put him in all white. They wanted that to pop in that scene.
Right. She's wearing the red pants today. I totally got like the opposite vibes again from Jeremy. So I don't know what it is, Jeremy. We're on opposites today, and I don't like it. But I felt like this episode, like once she murdered Adam, I felt like from then on, we got so much more of them being close together. Like this entire season, the only time they've really been like close together was when they were in the bedroom and he was like, she was giving him the pep talk of like, you're not shit in this room coming up. Like outside of that, they were always distant. They were especially in the big crowds, they were always far apart. And for this though, like they were together and dancing. And like that, I don't know, that to me was just, it was so much more than what we've got in another episode. So, and then just, she kind of went back and forth on whether or not she kills Adam or not. And we didn't even know, as the audience anyways, I didn't know that was even on the table. Like there was the key. They honed in on that.
Well,
not the gun. I didn't see the gun.
I was rewatching it today with my wife. You can see when they look at the key, you can see like literally just slightly in frame is a pistol as well.
Okay. Yeah. No, but I felt like it was done that way on purpose. Like if you did go back, you're going to see it then. But on the first watch, I feel I didn't see it.
Yeah. No, I didn't see it the first time either. I'm just saying that they did in fact include the shot of the pistol.
I got you.
When she did it and then Kingpin grabs her, I was just like, I was waiting for him to be like, let's make love on his corpse. I felt so bad for Adam, man. I felt so fucking bad for him.
Yeah, I mean, guy was definitely begging for his life, so, but he definitely crossed the wrong people.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. The problem is I don't even think he knew. That's the part that I feel bad for him. It's just like, I don't know. He just met someone who was interested in him, and then it's like, oh, you're married? Oh, you're married to like the biggest, mob guy in the MCU,
right. Biggest crime lord there is. Yeah. Poor Adam. Oh well. So speaking of people meeting their fate here, we got some more of BB and Daniel, and BB is definitely being, the reporter that she's, related to of Ben Urich, and kind of makes me wonder, like, is BB gonna make it, or is she gonna share the same fate with her uncle? Like, I feel like she's playing really close, to possibly getting caught.
I think that she will live. I definitely think because I think they're going to carry on whatever the thing's going on with her and Daniel for like season 2 kind of thing.
Yeah.
We know we're getting at least 3 seasons. I think they're done with season 2 kind of thing. So I don't know when we're getting that per se, but I think there's going to be a moment where Daniel's going to have to kill BB kind of thing. And she either is going to kill him, like a Karen Page moment from season 1, or like Daredevil saves her kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I don't think they'll repeat. It would be dumb just because it's like, okay, you guys already did that. Like a Urich already died due to something that Kingpin did. But I was shocked to hear in this episode that she's been playing them all along. Like she knew about her uncle, and she's been like writing like articles underneath a pseudonym, and she's trying to get closer to Kingpin to find that information out.
Right.
I agree that she is getting dangerously close, but I like seeing that side too, knowing that she's playing more of the game than what you realized at first within the previous episode and things like that. Like she's not necessarily as easily scared off as we thought she might be. So I liked seeing that part. But yeah, I think she's definitely going to get caught in some sticky situations, I think.
Oh yes, absolutely. I kind of I agree with Richard that I feel like she's going to be put in a place where Daniel may have to like kill her, and that Daredevil will either save her or they actually will go ahead and kill her, because that would be a character move for Daniel to keep moving towards a villain role. So, but that's also me like speculating that Daniel's going to become like the Rose or a villain or something like that. So, and it may not happen that way.
Yeah.
I could also see the opposite of like what you were saying with, her character movement being like she kills Daniel instead. So like I don't know. There's a lot of different avenues that could go.
There was this moment in season 1 of Daredevil where it was like it was one of Kingpin's like right-hand mans. It was like a buck kind of thing. And he captures Karen in like this like dungeonish area kind of place, like what Adam was locked up. And she eventually gets the gun and like kills him kind of thing. So I'm wondering if they'll have like a repeat with that, with like Daniel, and not necessarily like verbatim that, but it's like eventually BB knows too much and Kingpin's like, you gotta kill her. You created this mess. Now you need to clean it up.
Right.
And, it's one of those that it'll come down to who will win this fight. But I think that's like a season 3 thing, or it may be a season 2, like end of season 2 kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'd be pulling for BB.
Yeah, me too.
Daniel kind of gets on. He gets annoying.
Poor Daniel.
Yeah. I even wonder, like, he was like, I will burn for you, Fisk. I'm like, is that foreshadowing? Like, is he going to get set on fire?
Bro, when he was doing that speech, like, I got such... Jeremy may know what I'm talking about here, but Inside Out, like, there's a moment in there where they meet, like, Riley's, like, dream boyfriend in her brain, and he's like, I would die for Riley.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, that's what I got. I was like, I would die for Fisk.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yo,
like,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, or either that, or he's gonna be somehow getting a hold of one of Fisk's, like, socks to use later.
Oh, golly.
I mean, you're probably not far off there. He subscribes to Fisk's OnlyFans.
He does.
He runs it. What are y'all talking about?
Yeah, okay, runs it, whatever. Yeah.
Fisk doesn't even know he's got one. It's because of Daniel.
Don't be gross, Tammy.
Yo, so speaking of Buck was getting the call that Poindexter, Bullseye, got out of prison.
Mm-hmm.
So that leads me to believe, was Buck in season 3 of Daredevil? Because I haven't seen it. So was Buck in season 3 of Daredevil?
If he was, I sure shit don't remember him.
Okay. But I guess that leads me to believe that he knew. And so, like, is he loyal to Kingpin or is he loyal to Vanessa? Is Vanessa the man?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's kind of,
yeah.
Throwing some more questions up.
They said Fisk. So here's my whole rundown. We learned that Vanessa is the one who ordered, because of the whole dumb Benny thing, whatever the fuck that was about with Foggy, because they mentioned that dumb Benny, like, discovered something going on at Red Hook, which is where Vanessa and, like, the 5 families was doing all their, like, mafia wheeling and dealing thing. So Vanessa ordered the hit out on Foggy, and I guess dumb Benny, because I don't know if he survived or not. Anyway, then Bullseye gets moved to Gen Pop because he won't, quote unquote, survive there.
Right.
I think they said it was done by Kingpin. I think it was Vanessa.
Right.
I personally believe, like, currently with the information we have, we're led to believe that it's Kingpin. I think it's going to be revealed that Vanessa had Bullseye moved to Gen Pop to basically clean up that loose end kind of thing. Like, she was hoping he would die.
Yeah.
But I don't know why Bullseye was trying to shoot Kingpin. He should have tried to shoot Vanessa.
Right. He should have tried to shoot Vanessa, but then it leads the whole question of, like, how does Buck get roped into this?
Well,
and then
he's
on top
just
of
their
that,
go-to guy. He worked with them previously.
Yeah.
Like, remember, we've had Kingpin talk. He's like, do you remember when I brought you over here? What I told you? Like,
right.
He's like, because I can think horizontally, or I forget what the fucking line was.
Yeah.
Symmetrically, I think is what he said.
Yeah. I guess just if it was Vanessa trying to hold a secret, though, like, why would it matter to Kingpin if Bullseye's getting out? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's kind of a messy situation of, like, going back to, like, what you're saying of, like, why is he taking a shot at Kingpin if he knows that Vanessa's the one that dealt all this?
The only thing I can think of is he's very petty, so he could, like, he wants to kill, like, he wants Vanessa to see Kingpin die and then kill her.
Yeah.
That's my only reason. My biggest issue, though, with I'm surprised no one, maybe you're getting to it and I apologize, but the biggest, they made such like a point to show that, like, Matt is hyper focused on everything that Kingpin is saying during that party. Buck goes over to Kingpin and Vanessa and whispers to them, hey, Poindexter got loose.
That's exactly what I thought too.
And I'm like, how the fuck does Matt not immediately be like, I gotta go?
Yeah. No, I actually missed that, honestly. But no, you're right. You're absolutely. I mean, because he's listening through like closed doors and everything at this party, this gala where there's all these people talking. And yeah, he he doesn't even worry about when Buck is frantically coming up. Not frantically, but like that's an odd setting for Buck to be coming up to him. Daredevil should be even more in tune of like, okay, what's going on now? Yeah. So, I don't know.
The only thing I can think of is also like, we'll just talk about it. So Matt gets shot.
Right.
And to me, it doesn't look like a fatal shot. It looks like he got shot in the shoulder.
Correct. Yes.
So part of me is like, man, my wife sniped this. Like, I was talking about how there was an image that got leaked from me where it was Bullseye smiling, missing a tooth. And not really leaked, but it got spoiled for me before we were able to watch the episode kind of thing.
Yeah.
And she was like, I wonder, I was telling her like my theory of like, I think Bullseye's going to use that to get out because his whole thing is he can turn anything into a weapon.
Yeah.
And she's like, I wonder if Matt was the one who knocks his tooth loose. And I was like, oh, that would be such great like drama of like Matt's the reason why Bullseye gets loose. But I'm now wondering if Matt knew this all along. For what reasons, we don't know yet until this final episode. But maybe Matt knew that Bullseye was going to get loose and try to go after Kingpin. And Matt's using this for something. What? I don't fucking know yet.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, other than maybe a way for somebody to die without, but that doesn't even make sense either, since he like, you know, jumped in front of a bullet.
Yeah.
But I guess it boils down to like, how did he know that he was going to be shooting at Fisk? Like, why wouldn't he try to protect Vanessa?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's definitely like, I don't know if it's like sloppy writing, but it's definitely like, I'm so fucking confused right now.
Right. I will say that the shot that he got while he was laying on the ground, there was a lot of blood that was underneath him.
There was
like,
a lot of blood.
It looked like a shoulder shot to me, but like there was a lot of blood underneath him.
Yeah, it definitely was. I didn't have a good like transition, and I should have said it more of like at the beginning when I was giving my whelming, but you know, I was in this episode.
You were.
Yeah.
Specifically.
Toothless. Is he Night Fury? Toothless.
Oh, wow. That is.
How to train.
That is such a bad joke.
Richard's so disappointed right now.
I am. That is like.
Hey,
he wasn't even toothless. He just lost a tooth.
But he was toothless though.
He lost a tooth. He still had many teeth.
Yeah, so I mean you're toothless.
You just lost one tooth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look.
But he wasn't without teeth though.
It's after 11, okay? I mean,
also, your Night Fury, like, isn't even spelled right.
Huh?
We've talked about this on the episode. It's not even spelled right for the dragon.
Oh, I know.
Dragon.
That's so funny. No, when he broke that, when Bullseye broke that tooth out, I was like, oh man, this is gonna be. I feel like I got myself hyped up for what this could be, and it kind of disappointed. But at the same time, like the way that actor like owns that character and his presence, like when he's in his element, like just. He gets out of the chair. He immediately grabs something. I don't even think he looks to see what the fuck it is.
No,
like,
he doesn't.
Just grabs whatever there, and then he just immediately just starts throwing. I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah, I think it was like a scalpel or scissors or something.
It was like the things that you would hold things.
Yeah.
You know, the scissors that had the clamps is what it seemed like to me. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you gotta watch season 3, man. You really gotta watch season 3.
I really do. Yes.
Because like he's the coolest part about season 3, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, but like my mind, like, don't get me wrong, it happened in the comics. It's happened 2-3 times in the comics where Bullseye's killed someone with his tooth. And
wow,
really?
Yeah, there was like a really old issue that he did it in, because I was looking this up today, and then there's like a current comic, and then there's like a third one where he threatens to do it, but he doesn't actually do it. But anyway, like I was just like, how fucking fast do you have to spit a tooth?
Uh-huh. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Penetrate someone's eye,
right? How fast, and like the accuracy of that as well. Like that's just, it's insane.
Which also, like, I love seeing him use like whatever. So it's so disappointing when at the end he just uses a sniper rifle. I was like, he could kill you with the sniper rifle. Like he could just throw that and somehow kill you with it. So like, I just want to see him do shit with, like, I was hoping he was going to use that weird fucking fork thing, but we saw he just stabbed a guy with that.
That's what I was hoping to see too. The like the grilling fork. Yeah, I was hoping to see that. What do y'all think the deal is with the whole color blue in him? Like, does that match up with the color red for Daredevil? Does that match up with the color white because of Kingpin? Like, what's the deal with the color blue for Bullseye?
Maybe they wanted the American flag. I don't know.
No. I think it was supposed to be like a matchup with that color red at the end, because the first image of the episode and the last image are like polar opposites. Like Matt's upside down and it's red, and then the episode started where like it was blue with like a blue rose, and I think it was like upright, or maybe it was upside down too.
It was upright.
It was upright. I can't remember. I know the camera spins, but I can't remember.
It did spin.
I can't remember if it was like up, right up, and then it goes upside down. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But I think it was supposed to be a juxtaposition there. Now, whenever he's doing stuff and it like fades to that like bluish purple color,
right?
I'm assuming it's like him using his power. Like that's the way I assume it. Like, and the only reason I'm going that is like New Rockstars was talking about how when that happens, you can see certain things that are not kind of cast in blue, and it's like items. So maybe it's like him hyper focusing and like figuring out what he can use as like a weapon kind of thing. Okay. They don't do that in season 3. I don't know what it is, to be honest. I think it's just some kind of artistic thing that this because this was this episode and the next episode will be the new crew that was brought on, and all this is new stuff. So I don't know what exactly it was meant for. I know his costume is that like deep blue and white, so maybe they were doing something with that.
Chalk it up to artsy fartsy.
Yeah.
I got another speculation thing that I want to talk to y'all about.
All right.
So they've kind of like, we've got the task force, the anti-vigilante task force, and they seem to be doing whatever the fuck they want to be able to do.
Yeah.
Shoving guys' hands in boiling oil.
Oh my God. Like, I want Powell to get it so fucking bad. I'm so happy with all the shit that's happened to him this episode or this season, but this episode made me go like, I want the Punisher to get a hold of you, you motherfucker.
But there's one other cop on that task force that they kind of keep highlighting, and it's Cole North.
Right, yeah.
Now, this is a character that is in the comic books. He's an officer as well. And I've got my speculations. I've got my theories. I want to hear what y'all think, though, of this character and what they may be doing with him.
I mean, obviously, I have no idea necessarily where he's going, but I feel like he might be one that might crack and not keep going with the task force kind of thing. The way that they've he was the one that was there whenever Fist told him that no, it was the task force that killed Muse and all that. The way he just kind of wasn't sure about it.
Right.
So I think they're just, to me, it feels like he's going to be the one to be like, all right, this is definitely going a lot further than where it should be.
Yeah.
And then finally just kind of turn from it.
No comment.
I was going to say, Richard wants to go no comment.
Yeah, because I've seen like set photo leaks, so I kind of know what they're. I don't know. Maybe they don't use that anymore, but he. Okay, so slight spoilers. He has been photographed in a like Punisher vest. So I think he is the one that killed White Tiger originally, and I think he eventually is going to be like impersonating the Punisher. But I don't think we're getting that next episode. I think that's a season 2 thing.
Yeah. All right. Here's my sweaty nerdy speculation here.
Why is it sweaty?
Because we're gonna do some deep diving here. Okay.
Okay.
You get to follow me down these trails. All right.
All right.
So we've got Cole North, right? He's a detective. He's in this. He's on the anti-task force, and he's giving off some sus vibes of like he's not real sure about all this, right? I think we can all agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Not really, Richard. Okay, so he's in the comic books. He's in Daredevil comic books. There's another character by the name of Kevin Cole, who's actually a detective as well. He is in the Black Panther comic books. All right. At one point in time, Kevin Cole took up the moniker of Black Panther. He didn't have the herb and all that jazz, but he was like protecting the city as Black Panther. And then T'Challa wound up coming and meeting with him and was like, thank you for the job, all this other kind of stuff, and took the moniker back. Kevin Cole took up White Tiger after that. So I'm wanting to think they're going to maybe do like a mashup here. We're going to get all Cole North, and he's the detective. He's not liking the way the task force is going to go. He's got access to the amulet because it's still in the precinct, and he'll take up the mantle of White Tiger. Is my thoughts.
That's a solid theory. If I hadn't seen that image,
right?
That's a solid theory. That makes sense. He has access to it. I didn't get the vibe that he wasn't. I got the vibe that he was totally down for Kingpin's task force, especially when he's like, Daredevil didn't do this. You did, didn't you, Cole? And he's like, sure, yeah. Like it felt like more of like not a I'm unsure. He was just like, I mean, cool, yeah, sure, I did it, yeah. I killed Muse.
Oh yeah, see, no, I'm with Jeremy. I got this whole exact of like, nah, I mean, he was here. Like
to me, other than this recent episode, Powell seemed more like dubious when the task force was all going on, kind of thing. But
I think Powell has the biggest hard on for this task force.
Well, now he is in this episode.
He is the leader of the circle jerks that they have afterwards. Like this, he is so down for this.
Did you see the way I burned that guy's hand?
That's funny. But if what you're talking about as far as the leaks, that leads me to believe even more so that maybe he feels guilty about that as well, and then takes up the mantle to sit there and like try to pay respects or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just wishful thinking on my part. But
yeah. I like the idea of the White Tiger. I think that would have been a cool idea.
Yeah. We'll see. We got 2 more seasons, hopefully.
Yeah. So Heather at the beginning is just like triggering talking about about like psychoanalyzing Muse and Daredevil and stuff like that. And while I do agree with her in like the sense of like the psychoanalyzing, I'm like, yeah, but you live in a world where like the cops are so corrupt and stuff like that, like, and where you can't sometimes save yourself from some of these super villains. Like, I don't know. I'm just thinking, I'm like, if fucking Doc Ock or someone comes in, like, what are you going to do about it? Like, I don't know. It just was one of those things. I'm like, this isn't like, I don't know. The way she was going on about vigilanteism, I'm like, yeah, that works if it's like the real world kind of thing. But I'm like, this is the MCU where like literally a fucking head appeared in the sky and like a big purple man like made half of the world disappear kind of thing. I don't know. It was one of those things that bugged me. But anyway.
Yeah, but like when you rope, Daredevil and Muse into the same category of like they have masks, they don't show their face, so that makes them selfish and all this other kind of shit. Then at that point in time, okay, well now you're roping Spider-Man into it. Now you're roping. I'm trying to.
Which he is a boy in a mask. Like that was one of my things. Like I was thinking of that scene from the first Spider-Man. It was like, I'm not a boy, I'm a man.
And of course, Swordsman in this, because now he's gone and become a vigilante. And I'm trying to think of other people that wear a mask. Like you could sit there and say Tony Stark, but at the same time, like Tony came out and was like, like he's the opposite. Like he is all about like it being him and stuff like that. And give me the floor. You know what I mean?
Well, like they specifically made like the whole point of Spider-Man wearing a full mask. Like you can't tell who the fuck he is. The whole point of it, which is why I got mad about Miles's redesign in the video game, was that you're not supposed to know who he is because it's supposed to protect the people that he loves. Because if anyone can figure out who he is, like Kingpin or someone's going to have his loved ones killed.
Yeah.
And like that's the whole point. It's not that he's hiding behind a mask for whatever. And I don't know. It was just one of those things. I'm like, yeah, I get your point, but at the same time, it's not you're just, I don't know, you're making this black and white when there's various shades of gray there. But I also think what they're doing is which is getting to my next note, is Matt is so aggro this episode. I think they're getting to Shadowland. I think we're going to get Matt eventually is going to fucking, I don't know. My theory is he may die this episode and they resurrect him like they did with Elektra, like the hand.
Oh, fuck that.
And he becomes evil.
Fuck you. Fuck that. Fuck them.
Sorry. I didn't mean to, bring that into the world.
You're aggroing me and triggering me now.
I love, there's a couple of lines, though, when he said, he was like, we're not serving justice here. We're babysitting chaos.
Yeah.
So that makes me think that he is going to do like a Shadowland thing of like, no, I'm taking over the hand and we're going to actually serve justice. Like we're going to make sure that nothing bad goes on kind of thing.
You can definitely tell an attitude shift with him, specifically in this episode, like how he's dealing with Heather, how he's going straight on with Kingpin, how he's dealing with his associates, it's almost like the alter ego of Daredevil actually has taken over Matt now, instead of like Matt kind of like using Daredevil when he needs him.
Yeah.
It's like Daredevil has actually taken over Matt, which yes, I do believe that leads us into like a Shadowland type story. So
he came into the party and he like specifically bumped into someone to like make it look like he's like a doddering like blind person. And I love though when he's finally just fed up and he takes his cane and like puts it onto the like party tray and he's just like, you gotta lead. He's just like, fuck it, I'm tired of pretending I'm blind.
Yeah. Well, and then the other side of that though is when he walked into the party, he was like looking around and I'm like, man, what the fuck are you doing? You can't see. You can't look around.
Yeah. No, definitely. He was listening around.
Yeah, I guess so.
I love that he like tries to play it off of that he's saying that she's not the only one wearing like Chanel 5 or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
The other line that I love, which Matt does in this episode, is when Bullseye is talking with Matt in the, I forget what that room's called. It's not really like an interrogation room because he's technically meeting with a lawyer. But anyway, he says that's what good men do. They defend their worst enemies. And Matt literally jumped in front of he took a bullet for his worst enemy, which is Kingpin. Yeah. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I love, we mentioned it, I love Fisk talking to Matt at that one moment when they're dancing.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
He's like, I told you there'd be consequences, devil. Like, I just, that was such a cool moment. I was like, that's really neat. I dig that.
Yeah.
He's like, I know you're listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. They just played off of that. And I liked in this one too, where it was kind of the, we talked about on with the previous episode where Vanessa was telling Kingpin that he's going into this night as like the underdog, basically.
Yeah.
And in this one, he's flipping it on each one of them, or at least trying to. I thought that was a nice transition of like, no, need to remind him who's really in power here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do y'all think happened to dude's husband or chick's husband?
That's what I was. Yeah, I don't know where he is.
Yeah, those are the two people that are supposed to be Muse's parents.
Right.
And I don't know if that was the rewrite, but I think Fisk took the husband.
That's what I'm thinking too.
I don't know why. I think they weren't going to donate, so he was just like, I'm going to send my goon squad or what do you call them, the merry men after y'all. And they arrested the dad for, I don't know, maybe like some trumped up like charge of like he was in on it with Muse kind of thing or something, and
aiding and abetting. Yeah.
And that was like in the original script, but he just didn't make it over into this episode or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because all that felt weird. Like, especially the swordsman stuff, all that felt weird. Because I was like, so is Swordsman a bad guy or a good guy? Like, is he just like pretending to be a bad guy to like go do vigilante good things? Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on here.
I think Swordsman's trying to keep an eye on things. I think he knows about Kingpin.
Yeah, he definitely does.
Like his wife, girlfriend, whatever she was at the time in Hawkeye,
right,
was dealing with Kingpin.
Yeah.
So like, surely he knows of Kingpin. And I think he's just trying to keep close keep my enemies closer kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. I got
That's
you.
what it feels like to me.
And that's pretty much it, man. We've kind of talked everything else. The only thing I have is just a little trivia, and it just says, despite being the 8th episode of the season, this episode is the second to consist entirely of new footage shot during the 2024 creative overhaul. The first episode of the season premiere, Heaven's Half Hour, was the other one. Principal photography for this episode was shot a year after the previous episode's principal photography. So the last episode that we saw, the principal photography wasn't shot till a year later for this episode.
Wow.
Jeez.
Wow. So episode 1, I assume the beginning of that.
Yeah.
Because we weren't supposed to see that originally.
Yeah, correct.
So I kind of wonder if Bullseye was supposed to be part of this the whole time, or they were just gonna like not write him in.
Yeah, I don't think
if all this was new footage, if all this was just like we didn't see Bullseye until this episode, like we saw him the first episode, and then we saw him this episode, and like we hadn't seen him at all.
Yeah.
So I guess they weren't gonna have him in there.
Yeah, I don't think he was meant to be in this show, because I think they were focusing more on. From what I read, they were focusing more on White Tiger stuff.
Yeah. Crazy. Craziness. Cool. Well, Jeremy, you got anything else?
No, that was all I got.
Awesome. Well, y'all come back next week. We'll be doing the season finale of Daredevil Born Again. You will not want to miss that. In the meantime, Jeremy, where can they find you at?
You can find me on Twitch under the handle Night Fury GTO. That's Night with a K, and you can find me here.
Awesome. Richard?
You play that Marvel Rivals?
I actually didn't today.
You did?
Season? No, I did not.
Oh.
Yeah. Season. Yeah. Have you played it?
Yes.
Yeah. New season started today, and I meant to log on and check it out. Just never had time to.
Shame. I just like messing with you, Jeremy.
Oh, you're good.
If you want to contact me directly, I have an X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram, a Blue Skies, and a Threads. My handle is Night Curry, night like day and night, and Curry with a K. If you want to contact us directly, we have a Gmail. Our Gmail is comicallycomicspodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to check us out on YouTube, possibly TikTok, we'll see, and Instagram, you can check us out under the name Comically Comics Podcast. And if you want to check us out on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, you can check us out under the name Comically Comics with an X.
You can find me on Instagram, eBay, and Shortbox22_comics. You can also find me on YouTube at 22 Comics. Thank y'all so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed as much as we did making it. With all that being said, say goodbye, Jeremy.
Bye, Jeremy.
Goodbye, Jeremy. Goodbye.
What were you looking for? Devil.
What's wrong?
Told you there'd be consequences.